Well, the entire industry seems to be on its knees now as the ship operations worldwide have now come to a halt. So, what's next? Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Brandon. If you like cruise news, cruise vlogs, and ship tours, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and ding the notification bell to be notified every time I upload. I upload once a week, every single Monday. I really don't like to make a video like this. I always try to look at the positive things going on in the cruise industry and like the exciting new things, but recently it's just been so crazy and so difficult with all the outbreaks going on. So overall, I'm not going to try to give this any sort of negative vibe. I don't want to. I'm really just letting you know what's been going on and what's happened and what to really expect going forward from this point. Because of the outbreak rapidly spreading throughout the globe, it has caused the cruise industry to come to a screeching halt, from Carnival to the all-new Virgin Voyages, all the way down to small cruise lines like Bahamas Paradise Line. All cruises have halted operations worldwide. Off the top of my head, there are no cruise lines that are still currently operating. Ships that were currently sailing when all of this was announced are finishing up their cruises. I believe Monday is going to be the last day ships will be debarking their guests. Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian have all halted for 30 days. Princess has been all the way up to 60, and Virgin Voyage has actually canceled their entire first season up until August. Each different cruise line has their own time frame that they've set, so it really just depends on which cruise line you're looking at. So everyone's a little different, but the big three are all 30 days so far. And those that are affected by the cancellation and like the halting of operations, every cruise line has their own cancellation policies and announcements regarding those who are affected by this and that we're supposed to be sailing during this 30-day period. I will link the announcements from Carnival, Norwegian, Royal, and any others that I can find down below. If you can't find information on the cruise line you're looking for, definitely just try to look up their main website, and there's definitely going to be something on their website about all of this going on. Honestly, with all the news coming out on Friday, as pretty much one cruise line after another announced that they were suspending operations, it just completely blew me away. It was just pretty much nonstop all day. It was mind-blowing, honestly. With all of the port closures over in Europe and over here in the US, Spain has closed off their ports. Allure of the Seas was supposed to get her amplification, or her dry dock refit, basically. This week, actually, she was supposed to head in. That's now been put on hold. It's definitely not been canceled, of course. It's a huge part of Royal Caribbean's new amplification program, so they're definitely not going to skip out on that just because of this. It's just because the port is closed, it's going to be delayed a little bit. We don't know really how long this is going to last, so Carnival Victory was also supposed to start her refit over in Cadiz as well, next to Allure. She was going to be turned into Carnival Radiance, and Carnival hasn't really said anything about the Radiance or that dry dock specifically yet. But with Allure being delayed, I can kind of guess that the same thing would be happening for Carnival Victory / Radiance. I did do videos on both of those ships recently on what those ships will be receiving in their dry docks. Those will be in the end cards at the end of the video. Maybe we'll see an update from Carnival pretty soon regarding the Carnival Radiance. As much as I hate to see it, and as much as I hate to say it, the cruise lines all did the right thing by suspending operations. But really just to prevent the spread is why they really canceled all these cruises, and it's unfortunate, but it's probably the best thing to do, because being so close to so many people, it can spread pretty quick. All these ships will be laid up either in their home ports or close by. I know some Carnival ships like Conquest are over in Freeport. Carnival Elation was currently in dry dock, getting a little bit of a refurb. I think she's just going to stay in that dry dock while that happens. Carnival Fascination is based out of San Juan, and she's going to be sitting in St. Thomas for a while. The morning I recorded this, Freedom of the Seas was also denied into San Juan. She's actually spending 2 more days at sea and will be debarking guests up in Miami on Monday. Overall, it really just depends on docking space and pretty much what ships can go where. Some ships will probably be anchored offshore. I probably see a lot of ships, smaller ships, going to be going over to Tampa, Jacksonville. Port Canaveral is going to be very full for a while. But one thing I was really happy to see is that most of the cruise lines are having little parties for the crews that are staying on board, pretty much kind of saying like, good job and thank you for doing such a good job during this really hard time, which is really good for them. I've actually seen some videos of the crew parties going on right now over on the Scarlet Lady over in Bimini, and they look like they're having the time of their life. So that's really good that they're doing this for the crew members. I know this was a very hard time for all of them, and just trying to make sure they made the best out of the situation and still provide that really good experience for all the passengers that were still on board. And as the situation rapidly changes every single day, at this point, we can only hope that things are going to improve. Every single day, so much news comes out, so it really changes very, very rapidly every single day. But as almost every CEO of these companies have come out and said, these are unprecedented times, and we just have to push through. There's always an end to every storm. We're just in some pretty rough waters right now. This is kind of a side note. So a really cool thing that cruise lines do is that the publicly traded companies like Carnival, Royal, and Norwegian, if you own 100 shares of their stock, then you do get some onboard credit benefits, which, although I am a finance major in school, I am not giving you any sort of financial advice. The market is extremely unpredictable right now. From what I've seen, these are the lowest the stock prices have ever been. I know Norwegian wasn't even this low when they went IPO. But some of the benefits you get, so for cruises 6 days or less, you do get $50 onboard credit. 7 to 13 day sailings, you do get $100 credit. And for 14 or more nights, you do get $250. And that is every single time you go on a cruise with that company. But you can only take advantage of this benefit one time per cabin. I know when I was on the Carnival Horizon last year, my parents have 100 shares and I also have 100 shares, so we only use their benefits, or we're only allowed to. But overall, this is a great benefit to have. I mean, every time you go on a cruise, you get $50 to $100, upwards of $250 onboard credit every single time. Is pretty great. And again, to have this benefit, you need at least 100 shares of that cruise line. So to wrap things up, like I said, it may be rough seas, but there is an end to every storm. Again, I like to make more exciting cruise line videos or cruise videos. And I just felt like this really needed to be talked about a little bit and just kind of let you guys know what's going on if you really haven't seen some of the news going around. I hope this gave you a better idea of what to expect and what to look forward to coming forward. Once this all fades away, the cruise lines are going to bounce back very strong and stronger than ever, definitely during one of the most rapidly growing times of the cruise industry of all time. So I'm not too worried, and once this all fades away, we'll be right back to where we were, cruising as much as we can. So thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next week for another video.